Good morning and welcome to Black Economics TV. We have with us today Janet Blair. She's going to talk to us about health. Now, that's a very important topic for all of us. We all want to live very, very long lives. And I'm sure Janet is going to give us some tips today. So, Janet, tell us more about what you do.
For me, it's my aim is to encourage our Black community regarding their health, because a lot of time they are not aware of things that they can do to make themselves better. So what I do is I do a scan, and that scan look at your whole body. Sometimes we may be just lacking in certain nutrients, and you're not aware because our GP would probably not go into that finer details. So I do a scan, and from that scan, that look at what's going on in the body. From there, then I give you a nutritional advice. So I tell you what foods that you can eat to help to bring the macro and micronutrients in back into the system to get your body back into line. Also helping people to feel energized, renewing their health, and to maintain a lifestyle change.
Great. So, how many customers or clients are you working with?
So far, over the years, I've been doing this for the last 5 years. So working with 500 plus I would say clients, seeing clients from not having energy or maybe unwell. Some clients have diabetes, high blood pressure, and seeing that change in terms of they're no longer having a diabetes or high blood pressure as normalized. And people are feeling happy and energized. Some people have lost a weight. So a lot of weight loss is included in terms of how you look at your body. So what I do is give you a program, and that program helps you to maintain. So within that program, it's actually detoxing the body thoroughly to making sure that
Mm.
all the toxins are you're getting rid of those toxins out of the body. And also I give you health tips in terms of what you eat, in terms of the food that you eat on a regular basis that can cause you to gain weight, and look at the foods that can stabilize your weight management.
Okay, well, that sounds brilliant. Well done. So, what got you into this? How did you start?
Um, Good question, Dawn. Good question. So what I used to do, I still do it at the moment. So I work on the NHS. So I do project manager. So I'm a senior IT project manager. So I do that. So I work with a lot of IT projects. Also, I
Mm.
used to do trading. So I used to do Forex trading. I used to teach Forex trading. So that was one of my main aim and gain to do that. I used to work in a trading company. So in 2000 and when was it? 2016. Actually, let's roll back before that. Before that, I used to suffer from anemia. So quite anemic. I would sometimes feel kind of low energy, and that's what used to happen to me. I'll go to my GP and I'll get iron tablet, but that didn't wouldn't help. And also because I wasn't aware that iron works with vitamin C. So vitamin C helps to absorb iron, and also vitamin C is something that needs to be taken 3 times a day because it synthesizes protein, carbohydrates. So let's get back to what happened to me. So, as I say, in 2016, I was on my way to, there was and I'm sure people know Tony Robbins event, and called Date with Destiny. So I was on my way to Australia. Me and my girlfriend was doing that process. So during that time, I was on the plane, and normally when I travel, I feel really ill. So I will throw up and want to go to the bathroom. So I get up just to do that, even though I take I think travel sickness tablets that didn't help and didn't work at all. So for me, I went to got up to use the bathroom. My friend was sleeping beside me. I didn't tell her what I was doing or where I was going, so because she was sleeping. So from there, I end up I didn't even know what happened. I was on the floor, and then everybody started it came over me. But for a split second, I was on the floor. Then the air hostess came to me and they lifted my feet up and said, "Oh, who did you come with?" So normally, if you put your feet back, then you want your blood flow back into the system. So from there, they said, okay, we're going to take you out the aisle and I'm going to get you back to the back of the plane. Try to walk, and again, I fainted. So didn't realize what was going on. So then
Wow.
I had to go to the bathroom, came back to my seat. I had oxygen. Um, they gave me oxygen, but I was feeling fine after I had oxygen. So this is the thing that a lot of us are walking around not realize our oxygen are really low, and that's causing the issue. Maybe fatigue, low energy that can cause those issues as well. So going back to my seat, having the oxygen, I was able to go on the other plane, and there was no issue then. Came back to London, then starting feeling the same way. I would travel on the train, feeling sick. And I think there was one particular day I was on the train and this guy said, he saw my face and he said, do you want to see it? I was so desperate. I didn't want to ask anybody for this, for a seat. So I was so desperate. So I sat down. Then on the train, I had to, when the train stopped, I came off and was lying on the platform. Then had to go into the office there, where the workers were. So then I was feeling fine after that. Then I contacted my GP and said, this is what's happening. So he said, okay, let me see what's going on. So he went to I do a colonoscopy, endoscopy, also did some blood tests. So he did the endoscopy, there was nothing found. Colonoscopy, just to say before that, my blood test, my blood count was like 4.9. I didn't realize why I was throwing up, vomiting, and that's because my oxygen level low, my magnesium was low. So I was going through all that process and didn't realize what was happening. I even gone to Jamaica and feeling ill as well. So didn't know. You just take it as normal. Oh, the doctor say this, the doctor say that. So from that, after doing went and did the colonoscopy. Um, After doing the colonoscopy, my result came back that I had bowel cancer. Me
No
and being,
way.
yes, I did, yeah. I wasn't
Oh,
even shocked at the time. So I went to see I think it was a nurse consultant, and she said to me, Janet, you need to come in. And I said, because of the project management I do, and I have to deal with a lot of doctors and that, I can't just reschedule like that. So me not knowing what's happening, I said I can't cancel. So I left it for another week, but I didn't know what was going on.
oh
So then she
no.
said, yeah. Then she said, did you bring your family with you? I said, no, I came by myself. So, but you're not expecting anything actually, because I'm not aware of the certain symptoms that could cause that. So once she says, okay, you want the good news or the bad news? I said, give me the good news first. So she gave me the good news. She said, okay, your bloods look fine and things like that. But however, um, just to say that you have bowel cancer. And I said, no, 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 no. I don't believe that. I wasn't in a state of shock. Only when I start telling people, that's when that shock started to hit me.
Hmm.
So what I did was I said, okay, let me see that screen that you see in terms of want to see the weakness and evidence. So she showed it to me. And then from that, but before that, I went to see a naturopath who did do stuff, does similar stuff as myself and alternative medicine. And he scanned and he told me, Janet, you're walking dead. So,
Oh,
because at the time I was suffering from wheezing, I was eating a lot of cheese, and he said, cut the cheese out totally. Once I cut that out, there was no issue there. So then I changed my diet, but if you don't have that maintenance, you go back to what you were doing. So what I did then after I realized I had bowel cancer, I changed my diet completely. I cut out red meat totally. All the nice Caribbean food, I cut that out totally. I had more greens to my diet. So I had my plate, half of my plate was like vegetables. I do green smoothies, green juices, and that was my thing. I had fish, but I more have more vegetarian meals than anything else.
Yeah.
Um, I was walking much better. I had lots more energy. So I had the operation. They took just a small portion of my bowel, and I healed quite quickly because of the process, eating foods that's going to bring nutrient and healing to
Mm,
the body. And then from
mm,
there, um, I decided, I think I was in my bathroom. You know, sometimes you get that moment, something like downloading your spirit. And I said, Janet, you need to tell people what's going on. You need to encourage people. You need to speak to your community and let them change the way
mm,
and encourage them in terms of the food they're eating that's causing damage. Because as you get older, those foods that we eat, our body can't process them anymore. So
oh,
not realizing that the older you get, your kidneys can't process, especially red meat as much, but we still tend to eat them, right?
mm,
So therefore, I said, for me, I like to do things professionally. So I said, let me go and do some training. So I research, and there's a college called CNM. I actually in London, so I did training on becoming a nutritionist, nutritional therapist, then a naturopath and an herbalist. So I've completed those courses just in terms of helping people in terms of their body, helping them to heal and to restore their life as well. Because, sorry, so you may have all the money in the world, and not having a good health, that is an issue on the body as well. Not being able to
absolutely.
sleep. I didn't even know that sleep was an effect on the body too. But doing this course has educated me a whole lot in terms of the food you need to eat, having that lifestyle change in terms of sleep, rest, having more greens in the diet than anything else. So that's
Yes.
what I did to make that change.
Oh, wow.
Sorry. Have some
No,
water.
it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
That's amazing, Janet.
yeah. Yeah, so it's when I share my story, it's such amazing that some people see cancer as being something that you're gonna die, or they don't even want to call the C word. But that is something that you can make changes in your life and turn your life over in terms of not relying totally on the doctor, but having your own health in your hands. Yeah. And then sometimes when we go to the doctor, they give us medication. We don't even read the fine print and the side effects. We just
Mm,
take them. What I noticed with the clients, some of the clients I see, what they will do is if you give them particular supplements, they start reading it. But with a GP, they won't read it at all. And I think in the so that's the thing. There's that trust issue with alternative medicine against um low the GP and also pharmaceutical medicine. So that's
mm,
that trust issue that goes on. But
yeah.
taking your own health in your hand is one the greatest things someone could actually take. Yes, you can go and research and look at all this information, but it's good to find a naturopath, find a nutritional therapist like myself, find herbalist, and they can help and assist with a lot of stuff or a lot of health issues that we have in terms of my community. Diabetes, high blood pressure, those things can be reversed. However, we're not told that. We just take them because of normally my family had it, so therefore I'm going to continue to have it. No, that's not something that you always going to continue to have. You can make that change in taking terms of your lifestyle.
Wow. Can I just ask, around what age were you when you were diagnosed with bowel cancer?
Um, I was in my 50s.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think I just celebrated my 50th birthday.
Okay.
Um, yeah, just celebrated my 50th birthday and went through a horrible divorce and all of that. So those again,
Oh, wow.
an effect on the body. So
Yes,
stress
yeah.
is one of those. So if you stress, try and ensure that you de-stress yourself in so many ways. Go and seek some counseling if you're not sure of what to do. There's people out there can help and support you, help to de-stress you in terms of your life as well. Yeah, so that's what I went through, and I'm thinking, oh my God, your emotions have a whole lot to do with your health too. So
Oh,
when I do see people, I go through the emotional um, areas in the life. So it's not just about your food, it's about your emotions,
mm,
your lifestyle. What do you do? Do you go out and visit people? Do you you socialize? Because sometimes we just stay indoors and we don't meet anyone. So you don't talk to anyone. Now that we are now on doing a lot of online stuff since COVID, that has caused a lot of people to be more reserved. But get out there and socialize. I mean, the weather is there, so enjoy it.
I know. I mean, today it looks like it's hot and sunny. It's so bright out there. But this is
It is,
England
yes.
and it's still cold and it's still April. So,
Yeah, yeah.
but,
So
but
it's fantastic. Yeah,
okay, okay. So that must have been quite a bombshell for them to say to you that, oh, you've got bowel cancer, especially when they wanted to speak to you like a week before and you put it off. Like so many of us do because we're busy, I can't see the doctor for another month or whatever. And for you not to go, and they didn't tell you how urgent it was because they tend not to tell you these things over the phone, isn't it?
no, they're not because they don't want you to be scared. So I didn't know I needed to bring someone with me. I don't normally go to the doctor with my family because my
Exactly.
daughter was there and my son is around. So I didn't say, come to me, come to the scan. So the consultation. I didn't say to my daughter, you know what? I've got this consultation with a GP because I wasn't expecting anything done. I wasn't expecting to be something worse that's going to happen. But
Mm,
I'm happy that happened so I can share what I know with people, just to let
mm,
them know that you too can make that difference in your life. You too can change and take your health in your hand. It's not just totally rely on your GP or taking pharmaceutical medicine. There are herbs there. I mean, we grew up in those days where I grew up in the Caribbean, so I'm a Jamaican, so I grew up in the Caribbean and I was taking washout, I was taking those stuff that's gonna get rid of toxins in the body. I was having like teas, even moringa. I had a soursop tree in my house and not knowing that soursop is one of the benefits that can aid cancer as well. So those things were in the house or in your yard, as they would say, but then we don't make use of those stuff. So
mm.
it's going back to your roots and looking at, okay, what did my grandparents gave me? What did my mom gave me as a young child? And every time you have a cold or what did they gave me to get well? They didn't say, go and buy some pharmaceutical medicine. They just give you
Mm.
herbs to get better.
They
Yeah.
give you some bush tea.
Yes. Yep. That's what they did. Yeah.
Okay, so when they gave you that announcement, did they say it's in the early stages or stage three, or what did they say?
It was stage two, and what she said, it was like in the bowel in a certain section. So if they remove that area, but the so normally sometimes people have the area removed, but then you have to have follow-up scans and also blood tests. So I had a blood test about 3 weeks after, and I give God thanks that there was nothing in my bloods. There was
Wow.
nothing to be found, especially in my children, like my genes. So it wouldn't pass on to my children because sometimes the genes can have that
Yes.
effect as well. So there was nothing to be found there. So I was grateful that, oh my God, it's all clear. So every year for I think NHS too, when once you diagnose with being having cancer, then they have that monitoring system that every year you go back and do a scan. So I did that every year and it's all clear, nothing to be found, which I give God thanks for.
Well, yes. I mean, sounds like you had the power of prayer behind you. as well as changing your lifestyle and changing your diet. Those three things sound ideal, plus the stress management as well. Now,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
did you used to have, did they make you have chemotherapy or radiation?
There wasn't so because what does NHS do? NHS, even though you said I don't really want to do any chemo, so I said I think we had a fight because I said there is nothing there. Why do I need chemo or radiotherapy or anything like that? Oh, they said, okay, we'll just give you a small dose of the tablets. So I take it just for a few weeks and then because I was doing my herbs, there was no need. So I just stopped that. And then because as a parent, you said, okay, that fear that comes over you, I think I said, okay, my children is still around. I want to see my grandchildren and things like that. So because of that fear that's placed into you, the whole scenario around cancer and treatment, and everybody I said, I'm not going to take it. I said, oh, no, Janet, you need to take it. So for me, I did my herbs and I did the tablets just for a few months and then I
Mm,
stopped.
mm,
So I mean, there's absolutely nothing there. Why should I take something that
mm.
there's nothing there at all? So that's what I did. I just continued with herbs right throughout the time. So that was
Okay.
my thing. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I understood. Because sometimes they say that chemo damages other parts of the body, so
It,
you have
it
to weigh,
does. Yeah.
yeah, you weigh up the balance between, you know, getting rid of any other parts of cancer which might be hiding somewhere. I suppose that's really why they try and encourage that. But I'm glad they gave you a small dose, you
Yeah.
know?
So what I think what I noticed why I end up stopping, because I took it and then I realized I started feeling unwell again. I fainted again, and I'm thinking, okay, enough
Wow.
of this. I'm not taking this anymore. So that's what I did. I removed that totally. And I said,
Mm,
whatever happens, it's life. And God has a plan for you. So therefore,
mm,
you have to trust God and for him to do the work because our body has a whole way of healing itself. Sometimes you do nothing and the body just heals itself.
mm,
Also, your mind is a powerful tool. So
mm,
having that positive effect on, okay, I'm going to get healed, I'm going to get well, positive affirmation that encourages yourself as well. That helps that healing process in your mind. So doing a lot of that has actually helped me thoroughly.
mm. Oh, well done. Well done. Well, that's quite a story, Janet.
Thank you. Yes. I think I
Yeah.
remember when I went to the hospital to have the blood transfusion because as I mentioned, my blood was like 4.9. And most women actually, your blood should be about 12, 13. Yeah,
Really?
yes. Yeah. So I was literally totally could drop down anytime. And that's what has happened to me. So I had the blood
Wow.
transfusion. I had about three bloods. And then whilst I was in there, as I talking about being positive, this lady came to me and said, "Oh, I noticed there's so many people coming around you. Are you a celebrity?" And I'm thinking, but you go to church and you have your church member
Yes.
visiting you, and I have a lot of friends, so they came and visited me. And then I was walking past her, and then I just smiled at her. She said, "You don't know what you did for me." That smile just made my day. So
Oh.
having that positive focus on your whole character can change somebody's life. So and then I just encourage her to say, whatever you're going through, things can change. Yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah.
Well, I think that's a reminder for all of us that we should go around with a positive attitude and smiling at someone can definitely make their day, even if it's a
Yeah,
stranger.
absolutely.
So I think that's
Yes.
a really good message to all of us that we should bear in mind. You know what I find interesting? When people go to hospitals and they don't get life-giving meals, they get in the same stodge that they probably had at home. There's hardly any vegetables, hardly any greens.
Yes.
Why is that? Why are hospitals like this?
Because they don't train in nutrition as much. They feel that just changing white bread to whole wheat bread can help, but bread as a whole, like whole wheat bread, the wheat that's in the bread can destroy your gut flora. So 70% of your neurotransmitter is in your gut, your stomach there. So that sends signals to the brain that affect your hormones, that cause hormone imbalances. When you had I think there is a saying that all the unwellness or all the diseases are found from the stomach. So if you think about the stomach carrying a lot of toxins and being able to clear that out, so having nutrients in the body. So the hospital, because they're not trained in that particular way, they don't see nutrition as a help. And yes, they're there to help and guide us. I'm not saying not to go to hospital, but it's okay, looking at the meals. My kids used to just provide me with green stuff. They just bring it to the hospital for me. So I didn't um have the food that they were giving me. So it's looking at those menus. Is there any vegetables in there? Just try and opt for those. I know some people don't like vegetables, but try and encourage to put that in your diet because that does a whole lot of change to the system and to the whole body.
Okay. So tell me the top five foods that we should all be eating.
So there is the top five foods. I think you're having lots more vegetables, especially greens in the diet. So you've got your spinach, your broccoli, those stuff. Cruciferous vegetables, having a rainbow. So your plate when you're eating should be a rainbow.
Lots of colors.
So yes, so lots of colors in a diet. So you got red cabbage, you got green cabbage. Those also help. Cabbage brings helps healing to the digestive system. So if you're digesting your food properly, and going to it on a regular basis, that also have a great deal in terms of your health. Um, One of the things as well, and I'll come back to the foods that you need to have. One of the things as well, I find that seeing a lot of clients, most people don't go have a bowel movement on a regular basis. They'll have it like every 3 days, every 5 days, and that's causing toxin to build up back in your liver. If you're medication, there's nothing to get rid of that, the toxin there as well. So at least go once a day. That is able to get rid of the toxin. I mean, if you look at eating 3 meals a day and you're not getting rid of that, what is the body? What's causing the body? People have illness with their skin and not realizing because I'm not going to toilet regular, that's causing those issues as well. So going back to those foods, lots of omega. So omega 3, um, good fish oil or a plant-based fish oil if you're vegan. That's also good as well. Um, Lots of fruits and vegetable in your diet. So low glycemic fruits, especially if you suffer from your diabetic. Low glycemic fruits like plums, pears, those are quite good for you. And not just food, go out for exercise at least 15 to 30 minutes a day. That's
Mm,
encouraging. Get
mm,
sleep. So
mm,
having 7, 8 hours sleep in the evening at nighttime, because the body heals throughout that sleep time. And if you're not sleeping, your body won't heal. That again has caused a lot of people to end up with brain fog, not being able to function throughout the day because they can't remember stuff that cause memory loss as well because you're not sleeping. So the body can't renew itself. And a good rest is also good. Sunlight, if the sun is out there, get some sunlight, some sunshine. That's good
mm.
for vitamin D, especially our skin type, whereby we need vitamin D to help the body and help our bones, our joints. So you need that for the skin, the hair. So we all need vitamin D in our life. So go out and get some sunshine.
What about supplements?
I would encourage supplements, but not just take supplements like that. So you need to know why you're taking it, because I know some people would hear and say, okay, my friend is taking this, so I'm going to take it. Make sure that you may be lacking in certain nutrients. So I would say take supplements, but your food is your supplement. So Hippocrates said let food be by medicine and medicine thy food.
Yeah.
So you can get a lot of nutrients just from the food you eat. So yes, you can supplement for a while, but supplements is not like a constant thing that you need to do. Your vitamins, you got vitamin C, you got vitamin D,
Mm.
D3, vitamin D needs to be added with K2 because it helps absorb in the body. So a lot of people don't know that they're just going out and taking vitamin D, but you need K2 that can help the system as well. So I would encourage vitamin C. That's also good because the body don't store it as water soluble. So you need vitamin C on a regular basis. If you're not having it from your food, then make sure you supplement. Supplements as well. I know a lot of people do multivitamins, but say for instance your body's lacking in just zinc, supplementing with multivitamins and having a little bit of zinc in there will help, but it's not going to help with your testosterone and the other function that zinc helps to build back cell walls as well. So having that, make sure you have a specific routine in terms of seeing a nutritional therapist, an herbalist, a naturopath, and they can aid you in terms of guide you in terms of having the right supplements in your diet and the right foods in your diet as well.
Okay. So going back to this hospital situation, I think it's quite scandalous that you go to the hospital, you're ill, and they're not giving you foods to help you recover. It's almost as if they want to make sure they stay in business, so they don't want to make you too
Yeah,
healthy.
yeah, I know there is the pharmaceutical money is in the drugs, so they'll give you medication. But understand, yes, it's for short term. So what myself and other nutritional therapists, naturopath and herbalists, what we do is eradicate the issue. So you know you have a branches and a leaf and it start dying. So you get to the root. So what is the
Yes.
root cause that causing my diabetes, my high blood pressure, the cancer, get to the root. So this is what we do in terms of nutritional therapists, naturopath, herbalists. What is the root cause? We don't just give you a supplement just to mask the problem. With herbs as well, or foods and nutrition, it's a process. So it's not like an overnight thing that a doctor will give you and you think, okay, let me give you something for your headache. The headache is gone, but it's coming back tomorrow. So what we do, we
Mm.
try to look at, okay, what's causing you headache? Let me look at the root causes. Once I can find the root causes and that natural process, then you can see gradually that you're getting rid of it. I mean, a lot of clients come to me and think, okay, so when I'm going to get well, I said, I can't guarantee, provided you're following the plan and the process, you definitely will start see a change in the body, but it's not an overnight thing. It's a process
Yes.
that you have to go through.
Mm. Okay, and you said that you scan the body. Is that a particular machine you use?
So I do like a handheld, or you put your hand on a scanner, so it has a conversation with the body. So it's
Oh,
biomagnetic fields. It's sometimes say it's a lie detector test, so it can tell you exactly what's going on. So you hold a probe in your hand, and you know we've got billions of cells in the body. So the computer is programmed to look at those cells and then scan and tell you what's going on.
okay. Can I ask how much is a scan if people want to come and use your services?
So the scan and consultation is £120. And from
Okay.
that, you have in a 90 minutes with me. I go through your whole history. I go through history, I do a scan, I give you nutritional advice. So you can walk away with a report straight away. And if you decide, okay, I don't want to do the program, so I do a program afterwards to detox the body. If you just want to use your food to heal, at least you know what's going on. Then you can make that
Hmm.
change in the body.
Okay, okay. Well, I would suggest that anybody over 40 should probably come and do a consultation with you.
It's not just over 40, it's I see a wide variety of clients. Even recently I saw a 11-year-old child.
Really?
Yeah, because his mom was
Wow.
concerned about him. Um Actually, no, it's 11. Yeah. And I think a 6 year old because she was concerned about him. So there is stuff you can do in terms of the food, changing the diet. The biggest killer is the sugar in our diet that we eat quite a lot of sugar. It's in just everything. You can't
Mm,
get away from it. But
mm.
if you know I mean, some people, they don't look at when you buy your food, you don't look at the package, what's in there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're in this fast world, which means that everything is microwave. So we don't even look at to see, okay, what's in the food I'm gonna eat, what in the package, what do they put in there? So I always scan and look at that
Yeah,
to see how
yeah.
many sugar they put in there. Carbohydrates break down and turn into sugar. So our rice,
Oh,
our
yes.
potatoes, break down and turn into sugar. We're not knowing that's what causing. I mean, the bread that breaks down and turns into sugar. I was so much of a lover of bread, especially outdoor bread. Oh, I used to love that thing so much. But now I'm fine. There's no bread in my house. If you don't have it
What?
in the house, you're not gonna eat it. So that's the
Yeah,
thing.
it's true,
Yes,
it's
I'll
true.
make that positive change. Yeah.
What have you substituted bread with? What starch do you have?
So a lot of us don't realize that you have your starch in your vegetables. There are carbohydrates in vegetables, so you don't always need to have. I would say on the plate you have your half is vegetables, then you have another a bit of carbs and a bit of, so you've got quinoa. Those one of the stuff that you can actually eat as a carbohydrate. There's sweet potato, doesn't break down and turn into sugar as much
Mm,
as the white potato. So those are
mm.
the stuff you can have. Um, you can have broccoli rice, you can have cauliflower rice. You can make so much. You got bulgur, you got those things that can help to aid the body, but in
Oh,
proportion.
cauliflower
Yeah,
rice. Oh, I hate cauliflower.
it
And
is
to
so
think
much.
that they made a rice for me. Oh,
It is really tasty when you add
is
other
it?
stuff to it. Yes, it is. Yeah,
Oh, wow. That's interesting. So
yeah.
are you
Once you
telling
in,
me that you don't splash out once a week and decide, yeah, I'm gonna have some macaroni cheese or I'm gonna have some fish and chips or a curry? Are you telling me you don't do this at all?
well, so it's not that I don't. So if I'm going to an event, what I will go mainly for is more the healthier option. I may take a little bit of the other stuff in terms of if I feel like it, but it's not something I'm gonna go for. I'm not saying I'm 100% perfect, and nobody's perfect. Because the mind has a thing of doing with it. Okay, I fancy that. I used to like that, so let me just taste a bit. So I try to maintain at least 95% healthy options. That's what I try to do as much as possible. And then
Wow.
when I go to some events and I'm thinking, there is no vegetables, what am I gonna eat?
It's
So
true,
that's the yeah,
And some
yeah.
buffet spreads, it's all orange and brown. Not one green, not one red, not one orange. It's either golden fried or golden baked or honestly, I hate to see buffets like that. That you can see there's nothing healthy on the menu at all.
Yeah, sometimes I try to eat at home first. So if there's nothing for me to eat, then yeah, I guess our parents brought us up that way. So make sure you eat at home because when you go out there, there's nothing. I'd also encourage people as well to maintain a healthy, balanced lifestyle is plan in advance because if you don't plan for your meals, like for the week, or for the day, you'll just end up in eating rubbish. So plan your meal. I'll actually make my smoothies and juices. I plan my meal, what I'm going to eat for the week, so I know exactly. So I'm not going out there and eating, or I look for a shop that's got more healthy option than
Yeah.
just a normal shop.
Yeah, that's really good. Well, those are great reminders. So thank you very much for that. And
You're welcome.
let's hope that we're going to start looking at our diet. And I do remember going shopping once and making a concerted effort to only have 80% fruit and vegetables in the basket.
That's
And
great.
when I came home, I took a picture. I was like, So it's good because I've got to admit I don't always do that, you know.
Yeah.
But I do know that that's what we need to do. So I hope this is an encouragement and a reminder to everyone. If you want to live longer, then eat right. Food is our medicine.
I know it's planning your food in advance. I mean, many people would say, Janet, they'll ask me what my age is. And when I mention my age, I said, oh, you look good for your age.
You
So
look brilliant for your age.
I'm gonna be celebrating my 60th birthday in January. And I'm thinking,
Wow.
God,
And
thank
you're
you
looking
for
30 years younger. I
thank
was going
you.
to
Thank you for
remark, actually, I was going to remark your skin is amazing. You
yeah, I
know?
said, God, thank you for this pathway that I've gone through,
And it's a case of spot
whereby
the wrinkle. Where's the wrinkles? Huh? Wow.
that yeah.
Wow.
So eating healthy helps the skin, your
Yeah.
hair, your nails. So all of this is my hair. So that's the thing as
Oh,
well. Yeah.
wow. Look at you. Look at you.
Yeah.
You're a walking advert for what you're preaching. So well done.
Thank you. Yeah,
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time. And I'm sure a few people will want to contact you. So we'll put your contact details underneath the video. Keep up the
that's
great
fine.
work.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Dawn. Thanks for your
All right
time as
then.
well and allowing me this opportunity, which is great to just spread the word to our community and to share that they can have help. They don't need to suffer on a daily basis. I mean, a lot of people in pain are not realizing your body's just inflamed. If you
Mm,
take all the inflammatory foods, the sugar, that has a whole lot to do. Start including some omega-3s in the diet that also help as well to get rid of that
mm.
inflammation.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Have you written a book?
Sorry?
Have you written a book?
Yes, I've done a book called The Body Balance.
Okay, so what does a book cover?
It's the book is called The Body Balance. So what happened, a lot of people were saying once they came and see me, I don't know what to eat, or can you tell me? Because that's not my normal diet. So my inspiration was to do a juice, smoothie, and soup. So it's a 21 days because 21 days you can make change to your life in terms of having the habit of 21 days. So what I did was have pictures of juices, smoothies in the book. So that's what I've done. And I've got another book about burnout breakthrough. So that's in the process of making as well. So that's going to help if you're in business and struggling just to cope in terms of your health. That information is in that book as well.
Okay, so those are two books that we need to look out for then.
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
So yeah.
fantastic. And they're available in ebook format as well as printed format?
One is in printed format. The other one will be coming in ebook format.
Okay. All right. Great. Well, I think also audiobooks are in vogue. A lot of people like to listen to books as they drive, for instance. So
Yes,
maybe that's
yeah.
something you can consider as well.
That's a great idea. I'll consider that, moving that to audio. Yes.
Yeah. Well done. And I'll be getting those books too. You can see I love
Yes, you will do.
books. Those
Yeah.
ones
Oh,
behind
yes.
me,
See,
they're all
those are them.
mine.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah, I
that's
love
good.
books.
Yeah.
I love books. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well,
Yeah.
well done. Thank you for your time, and you have a great day.
And you too. Thank you, Dawn. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.